Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Today, we are just, we're vlogging. I wanted to take some time and actually record some content today. So what we're doing is, after work today, I had planned to come to a local park and play some basketball, just, work out some energy, work out some frustration, and just have a good time. And then I was gonna come home, cook dinner, and stream tonight. Well, I decided that instead of streaming tonight, I was going to record some content for this channel. I have not been producing content like I need to for this channel. I talked about that in a video that I uploaded on Monday. So that's what we're doing today, is I'm going to shoot a vlog. Today is a day about content and just personal time. So I'm going to bring you along, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys will embrace the content and embrace what we're doing here on this channel. So yeah, sit back and enjoy, and let's go enjoy the park. So I'm here at my local park, and I'm making today, like I said in the intro, about me getting some me time and just enjoying being out and enjoying myself, because typically my day-to-day looks like I get up, I go to work at 6:30, I get off at 5 o'clock, I come home and I cook dinner, do dishes, and then we'll eat dinner and watch TV, and then I'll stream, or we'll just watch TV, and then we go to bed. And then that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for me to have my own personal time. And so streaming, yes, is my time to, be who I am and stuff like that, but it's not the same as me, getting out, reading my Bible, and enjoying, I hardly ever leave my house if it's not just to work and do to grocery shop. So we're gonna spend some time. We're gonna read the Bible. We're gonna do all the things that I want to try to do. I might play some basketball by myself if I have some time, but bring you guys along for the ride, and we'll see how everything goes. So the last vlog we talked about storytelling and how that makes the whole purpose of a good vlog is storytelling, and I started talking about my story. And just to recap a little bit, good but not great childhood. I grew up in a small town, moved there when I was 3. The month we moved there, 3 months later, my dad died when I was 3, so that sucked, and I practically grew up in a single parent home because my stepfather was not a great human being. But we're not gonna dive into that. That was a whole bit, and the part of the reason I'm in therapy. But yeah, so I want to dive more into my teenage years, because those are some of the most pivotal years of my life. We had a group of friends that lived in the area that we grew up in, and we're all hanging out, and a local church van comes to take them to church. They invite us to church. This is the first time I had ever been invited to church. We had been to church when I was little, but nothing like major. Fast forward years later, I'm still going to the church, and we're in youth, and insert a new youth pastor right as I'm coming into youth age, named Greg Conley. And Greg Conley is one of the most pivotal people ever in my life because, like I said, I grew up without a father, and this man, may he rest in peace, um, was probably the greatest influence I've ever had in my life. He came in, was our youth pastor, literally showed me and the other men, or the other young men in our youth ministry, what it was like to be a father, to be a husband. You know, was real with us. This wasn't some guy just trying to tell us what we wanted to hear and to sugarcoat things. And that's really what attracted me to youth ministry, is Greg Conley and his realness and his ability to relate to the kids that are around my age. Those 4 years that he was our youth pastor were the best years that I've ever had in youth. But as things go, people move on, and he eventually left the church. Him and his family moved out of the city, and just, it sucked. All right, so so in that last clip, I actually recorded a little bit more in the park after what we showed there, but it looks to me like the camera was out of focus and it wasn't tracking my face. So I talked about a whole bunch of things, like when Greg and his family left our church and moved on, we got a new youth pastor. Things really weren't the same. So I started transitioning out of the church, which is on Tuesday nights, because at the time they offered a youth worship team, and I really wanted to be on like a youth worship team. And then I get there and I audition on the drums and then later on the guitar, and I was not accepted either time. So when I had that second form of, we'll call it rejection, it wasn't really rejection, but that second time that I was told that it wasn't a good fit, I really went back and I used that as like a chip on my shoulder to start studying and learning, and I really became what they call a student of the game, practicing an hour to 2 hours every single day, 7 days a week. And within 6 months of that audition on guitar, I re-auditioned and made the worship team that go round. So the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Yes. Don't let one setback define the rest of your life, because if I had let that down, the last 12 years of my life would be a lot different. Going through high school, actually, it's 2 years. So this is a 2-year period, audition, and then now I'm going into my senior year, and I decide that because the way my senior year went, the last half of the day of my second semester, I had no school because I had enough credits to graduate. I didn't need that last half of the day. There was a program called on-the-job training that if I met a certain standard of hours, that I could, instead of having to go to some random thing at school, I could go work or go intern somewhere for, I think it was 10 hours a week that I had to do, and then the rest of the week I could go home and just chill and do whatever I wanted to. So what I did is I split it up between 3 days. The internship was Wednesday, because we had moved youth services to Wednesday at this point fully. Wednesday, Thursday for young adults, because I was around the age that I could start helping out with young adults on the worship team. And then on Sundays, because I was also doing Sunday morning worship as well at that point. So I split it up between those 3 days. So Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, I just got to go home and chill after school, because I got to intern at the church, and my youth pastor signed off on it. I was doing everything the right way. Don't get me wrong, but it was just a cool opportunity to be able to serve more in ministry. And then also, there's much more to running ministry and doing ministry than just what you see on Wednesdays and what you see on Sundays. I learned so much of the behind the scenes of how to put together a service. I got the opportunity to learn much more of the behind the scenes of services than I would have if I had just, went through normal life. So that actually is going to wrap up my teenagers, because at that point I'm about to graduate high school and then move on into my adult life, which isn't, a ton of information, but I can make a separate vlog for that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about my life up to this point, leave them in the comment section. If you have any prayer requests, leave those in the comment section. I like to look at those and then pray for you guys if you need it. And then, so stay tuned. Like I said, we got more videos coming. Have a great night, guys.